This is stupid. This is not a drill.
Don't panic.
It's working! It's working!
This is live.
Now is not the time for panic. That was 10 minutes ago. It's not my fault if you missed the panic time.
Look, and Stream Elements is actually saying the right shit this time.
Nice. Thank you, Stream Elements.
I'm so impressed with us. We know what we're doing.
Somebody posts in the Discord.
Yep. That's this one.
Do.
Look.
Oh, God. Let's sit over here.
I hope I just spelled Vaesen correctly. I did.
Has one S.
I did not.
Vaesen, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, the weird AE got me.
I heard it pronounced a different way today when I was listening to things. Somebody called it Vaesen, like it's spelt, but it's Vaesen. Whoop whoop. Chats getting live. Alright, and we're live. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to kick this off?
Y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready for this? Everybody get up. It's time to slam now.
I'm down.
Alright, so
Now I need to go watch that.
yeah, Space Jam. You'll watch Space Jam, but you won't watch fucking Futurama. You got your priorities messed up.
No, I don't. Let's be
I
honest here. No, I don't.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'm not talking about the new one. I'm talking about the Michael Jordan Space Jam.
Yeah, we won't even mention.
There's a second one?
There's only
Yeah,
one
with
face
Kobe.
No, there isn't. And it's not with Kobe.
You just say it with Kobe.
No, it's LeBron, isn't it? Whatever.
LeBron James.
I don't watch basketball. I'm barely aware.
Good Lord. Well, welcome everybody to Disorderly Dicesions. It's Monday night, and we are continuing our Vaesen playthrough, or starting our Vaesen playthrough, as we did character creation last night. Oh, I have an oatmeal cream pie in my pocket.
That's a little out of pocket thing to say there, my friend.
I felt something crinkle in my pocket, and I was like, what is this? And there it is. An oatmeal.
Got a
Our DM, everybody.
He's got a crinkly oatmeal cream pie in his pocket.
I have a crinkly. Well, the wrapper's crinkly. The cream pie is rather warm.
It's time to eat an oatmeal cream pie.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Stop the introduction.
Warm and creamy.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
oh.
Well, tonight we are playing. We are starting the Vaesen introductory mystery called "The Dance of Dreams." Last night we created 4 characters that are going to be playing through this mystery, and we will be meeting them here in a bit. I don't have anything to really clear up or mention or anything like that. This stream is brought to you by Silk Dark Chocolate Almond Milk. It's quite delicious. If you have not tried it, I suggest you do so. It is thick with 3 C's and delicious. So, hey Silk, if you're watching this, holla at your boy for sponsors.
As he drinks water.
As I drink water, I gotta wash out the cream pie out of my mouth.
And then it got quiet. Or I disconnected.
I love how unhinged this is getting.
It's already.
We're just starting.
Chug, are you dead? All I see is snow. There he is.
What?
Hello,
He has risen.
Chug. Can you hear us? Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
man down. Man down.
Chug has been murdered. Oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
Has he
The
come
Yeti
back?
got him.
Fucking Yetis, dude. You gotta watch out for him.
They pop up in the oddest places sometimes.
This
Skiing
headphone
down a
guy.
hill out of nowhere. Here comes a Yeti.
You guys remember that game?
I do.
It's a really, really low graphics ski game. The Yeti would just murder you.
I think my favorite ski game was Twisted Edge Snowboarding for the N64
Respect.
because you could turn the sound on and off. And when you turned it off, it said loser. And when you turned it on, it said cool. So I just
Yeah.
spent time going back and forth like loser, cool, loser, cool, loser, cool.
My sound is returned.
Are you
Everybody.
back? Can you hear us?
I couldn't hear anybody for a couple of moments.
It's
I
Brian-
Cut
was
off
too
the
busy
Yeti.
running to get an oatmeal cream pie.
Oh, yours looks like a fudge round, though.
It does have fudge on top.
How's the cream inside, though?
Not warm. It was not in my pocket.
You gotta put it in your
But
pocket.
the other one goes in the pocket.
You
Take
could have microwaved it.
Yeah, put it in your pocket. Either way. Holy shit. Well, I hope everybody has a good cream pie with them tonight.
Oh, man, it has been 6 minutes, and it is just chaos.
6 minutes, and believe it or
It's
not,
been disorderly.
but
That was
hey,
fair.
we have a brand to adhere to around here. So if we're not
We are on brand.
so if we're not disorderly, then
That was not silk chocolate milk.
do I need to go get some? Because I already drank my glass. Like it's already gone. I will go get another glass. It's that delicious.
You're good. It's all good.
So thick.
3 saves.
3
You know-
C's.
6 minutes in, 2 people have been cream pied. That's how it goes.
Hey man.
I didn't realize we were one of those kind of parties.
In some circles, that's a good time.
You have to subscribe to my OnlyFans for that.
Now I really want a
We
glass of
do,
milk. I'll
we
be back.
do have, we do have an OnlyFans. If you guys want to subscribe to it, it's Disorderly Decisions, for low $7 a month. I DM naked.
Hold up here. I got $7.
Shit. I'm missing out on a lucrative opportunity. At least one person will pay me $7.
Sylvan shows his feet.
Yep. Yeah, you can get the exclusive feet cam.
Yeah, someone got pictures of my feet last night. A DoorDasher.
Yo, they probably shared that shit all over the place.
I'm on Feet Finder.
You Jeff are. Somebody's making money off those toes.
They said, that's right, you slut. Hold that pizza while we take a picture of your piggies.
They got the dogs. The
was-
dogs were out.
Is that the photo that you put in the chat? Because it was weird that it was kind of zoomed in on your feet there.
Yes.
Yeah, why were your toes painted?
It's kind of petty.
Look, some of us need money in life.
To get a shill them out, you got to make them look good.
I can respect
I
that.
respect the hustle.
So the heels really hurt, you know, when you want to wear your heels.
You got to put the Dr. Scholl's in there. It'll help.
Dr. Scholl's for heels?
Yeah, they got Dr. Scholl's for heels.
He knows.
I do.
Yeah, you be going to work in those fucking 6-inch pumps all the time.
Hey man, if you're walking through 4 inches of sawdust, sometimes the 6-inch pumps help. Keeps you up out of it.
I guess so. Got ashy ankles, I bet, though.
Well,
You
hey,
know-
leave my ankles out of this, all right?
If you one foot in front of the other, it's better for your balance. It's fine.
Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, then you get the sway going too. It's beautiful.
gotta runway walk, otherwise, what are you even doing?
Right. I mean, come on. If you're to put on the heels, you got to strut.
Shadow had the glass of milk, so I was like, I should go get a glass of milk, and then I remembered I'm 90% beard, so it's just like,
Damn, now I want a glass of milk. What the fuck? Alright, whatever. You know what? Let's get into this because holy shit.
10 minutes of chaos later.
10 minutes of chaos later. Everybody grab your cream pies and your milk. And let's get into a little bit of Vaesen.
Oh,
Look at
Chucky
that.
came back.
Look at that musical cue. It's like I'm a fucking concert maestro. What are those people called?
Maestros?
I feel like there's something else. They're called something else.
Dirtiotos or something?
Whatever. I have a stick and I'm waving it around, and the band has picked up. And
That's the conductor.
On this, there you go. That's the word. That's what I
He
am.
drives a
Took
train.
it from Shadow. Shadow said it first.
Oh, I didn't even hear.
Stolen.
I didn't even hear. Dang. Overpowered.
Dude
Vader's
who
writing
drives
us
the
a
train.
symphony of sound.
Yes. As the music picks up, the curtains open and a screen appears. And on screen, we see a lone horse pulling a carriage down a stone street. The clouds above whisper the telltale signs of an oncoming storm. We hear, as the music picks up a little bit, the narrator. It is fall when you leave Uppsala in a coach heading south, and there is a terrible storm raging. Black clouds blanket the sky, with the wind howling and rain and hail pouring down, leaving you soaked to the skin. Lightning cracks across the sky and thunder makes the horses rear and whinny, but the coachman drives it on with its whip. The journey takes 3.5 hours, and the storm grows increasingly violent as you progress. Inside of this carriage is 4 figures, all rather cramped inside. And as we peek through one of the viewports inside, we see the visage of a man looking out at the scenery as it moves past him. Sergeant, will you introduce us to Johann? Describe what he looks like and what he is doing currently as he sits in this carriage.
Johann is a rather normal-looking fellow with wearing a dark black trench coat and a top hat. There's no really any particular features about his face or anything that make him stand out. Most people that see him probably wouldn't remember him. The only discernible characteristic on his face is his dark black circles around his eyes. It looks as though he hasn't slept in days. In the stagecoach they're in, he is just staring outside, trying to take in his surroundings, make sure he sees everything that's going on. Doesn't want to miss anything.
As you're staring out the window, you find that you continuously have to wipe away the condensation as the warmer air on the inside greets the cooler air on the outside. This is exacerbated by a large dog that sits in the middle of the 4 of you, all on the ground, his heavy panting, adding more and more heat into this room. A hand rests on the dog's head, scratching between his ears. Sergeant, not Sergeant, I already talked to you. Fly, would you introduce us to Bork and his puppy? Describe-
Yes. Bork is well, at first glance, he's a homeless man. He's wearing like 7 layers of shirts. Each one seems to get they get progressively bigger coming off of his body. So his outside coat is a large, heavy fur coat with a large hood on it. Saga, the puppy, is it's black and white Karelian bear dog, which is actually a medium-sized dog, and she is a good girl. Um, she's a sweetheart, but she is very protective of Bork, and Bork is very protective of Saga. Looking at the two, you can definitely tell that the dog is in better health than Bork is. He's in his 40s. He's dirty, got kind of scarred up on the face, big thick beard, and a couple of his teeth probably fallen out. Like, he's in rough shape. The dog is very well cared for, though. Other than that, he's keeping an eye on the dog and on the people in the carriage with him. He kind of sort of knows them, but being in small spaces with people that you don't really fully know well enough to trust as a man in his lifestyle is nerve-wracking, to say the least.
Sat next to you, probably scooted over as much as possible to give you as much space as possible, is a woman. Shadow, will you introduce us to Emma Nightingale? What does she look like, and what is she doing in this carriage?
Emma is currently sitting with her, very properly, and she is an upper class woman, a doctor. She's currently flipping through a book as she's trying to not make eye contact with anybody that she doesn't have to, setting up on some medical procedure. She has a hat with a feather in it and a white blouse with a black overcoat that leads into her, it's kind of like a corset, but it's not so tight that she can't move around, and a long skirt with a belt on that normally has her bag that she uses for her medical stuff attached to it. And she has a mask that she carries around that kind of looks like a plague doctor mask, but right now she's got it off while she's reading. She's got a very pale complexion, very kind of like mysteriously blue eyes, and dark black, darker hair, almost black but not quite. That is put in a braid.
Maybe as you're reading your book and you go to shift a bit and cross one leg over the other, after having one cross for so long, as you do so, your foot hits the shin of the person sitting across from you, who seems to take up most of that seat as well as most of the middle part of the carriage. Chug, will you introduce us to Thori?
Yeah, Thori is dressed rather plainly, just like a very large striped shirt with kind of a brown vest thrown over it. But what stands out is that he is actually the only one hunched in the carriage, as his head almost hits the roof. As he's about 6'9", he is a big man. Just large cords of muscle, just kind of on his arms, just this heavy set brow. Shock of very bright blonde hair on top of his head. He's clean shaven. He is also holding out a book himself, but not reading it as much as he is trying to press in an oak leaf that he has found on the journey into a little memento book. Which is little happy things he's found, as he is diligently kind of one tongue sticking out, pressing it in.
As the carriage moves on and the four of you kind of sit in quiet, through the coach window you can see Lake Malar in the west. its foaming waves splashing against the shoreline. Traveling through a pine forest, you see tall trees being knocked to the ground by tempestuous winds or split by lightning strikes. In the flashes of lightning, you see large rocks among the trees, moss-covered lumps staring back at you. Suddenly, a building appears at a T-junction, surrounded by woods, with Lake Malar to the north and west. It seems to be the only building around. The coachman is eager to drop you off and continue on his route south to Sigtuna. Halfway between this building and the small community, in the distance, you see a lonely church tower protruding from the trees. I'm going to bring you guys over to this screen here. And I'll put you on the map. Once that loads for you, it shouldn't take too long. It's not too crazy of a map. You guys see you have traveled from the north from Uppsala down here to the Witch Cat. And as the cart, or the carriage rather, pulls up to the front of this inn, we hear the words of the narrator reading a flyer of sorts that you guys all received. It was attached to a note, and the flyer itself reads, "The Dance of Dreams, a shadow play of horror, murder, and revenge. Let yourself be enraptured and terrified by shadow theater with clockwork as amazing as that of the master's constructions on the continent. Watch as evil smiles, good people go to their doom, and spirits come to life. Follow Oscar Hjort's encounter with the Black One, his struggle, and finally the betrayal which claimed his life. Hear the tunes of the enchanted flute that sends souls dancing to hell. The show will premiere shortly at the Witch Cat Inn, not for the faint of heart." And attached to that, there's a note that says, "Meet me tonight at the Witch Cat Inn." And as those words are read, we see a sign hanging above the door of this building that has the words Witch Cat Inn. And as the carriage comes to a stop, the driver steps down and opens the door. Pouring rain now splashing in as he hurriedly asks you to step down.
Thori will get out first. He kind of reaches to his side and he'll pull out an umbrella and he'll pop it open and hold it up above the door. He'll go, "Okay, Doc, it's time to come out."
Thank you. And she gently puts her foot down onto the little step and then probably takes Thori's hand to, like, help her down the rest of the way, elegantly.
And you'll see after you take his hand, he grabs the umbrella and like keeps it over you, and then he pulls out a second umbrella. He pops that open, and he goes, "Okay, Mr. Bork and Johan."
I guess that's us. Thori, you, a gentleman and a Scot. He'll stop. You're a gentleman.
Thank you.
Many thanks. Come on, Saga.
As you exit the carriage, the door is shut. The driver climbs back on and quickly disembarks, continuing south on his journey to Sigtuna. As you step out, you can smell the distinct smell of a cigarette wafting through the wet air. And as you look around, you see that there's a man standing underneath the overhang of the stables. He seems to be eyeing you intently. And after a moment of just looking at you, he beckons you over.
head that way. Does this man look? Where does he look at to be in the range of? Like is he as poor as I am, or is he as rich as the doctor?
He's wearing he looks to be about 40 years of age. He's got a well-groomed beard. He's got round glasses and a bit of a pointy nose that kind of sits sharply on his face. He's wearing a worn jacket and a hat, and it's not like worn to the point to where it's like, has holes or anything like that. But it definitely seems like it's been well traveled in. But he just kind of stands there smoking a cigarette, waiting for you guys to come out of the rain.
Yeah, so Bork and Saga would head over there, at least to get out of the rain. Can't get too soaked. I only own the ones that are closed.
As you and Saga make your way over there, this man kind of kneels a bit, puts his hand out for Saga to sniff, and if she allows him, he will pet her on the head, waiting for the rest of you to stand in front of him. And once you guys have all come out of the rain by the stables, he stands upright, and he takes his hat off, revealing like salt and pepper hair, and he says, "I'm glad you could make it. I see you got my invitation. My name is Olaus Clint. I'm a private investigator and one of the Thursday's children." And he looks at you guys as if expecting.
Johann will tip his hat and just nod.
That sounds like a sign. Do we have a countersign for that?
No, it's just something that he's just making sure you guys are on the same foot here.
Thori will very thoroughly go, "Oh, so you see the spooky gribblies too?"
Yes, that is correct. I had heard that your group was interested in the matters of the occult. I am aware of the society in Linnea. I too have the powers to see things that others do not.
Condolences. It is not always a blessing.
I agree. But let me not delay any longer, as it's getting quite dark. I visited this inn a few days ago, and I felt a power that, well, I hate to say it, frightened me. It frightened me so much that I did not feel I was capable enough alone to discern what was going on here. So that is why I wrote to you, in hopes that you could assist me.
What is going on here? What has you so worried?
There's a presence here, or multiple presences, I'm not quite sure. All I know is that when I first stepped foot inside the inn here, it sent shivers down my spine. Any questions I may have been able to ask were quickly dismissed. So I'm afraid I do not have much information to go on, but this. I'd like you guys all to roll me a learning test. This will be like a retroactive one.
I got 3 successes.
0.
2.
Okay, 2 and 3. Okay. So before you guys left Uppsala, you did a little bit of information seeking after you guys got this this note here about the witch cat. Doing your own little poking and prodding, you found out about this Olaus Klaus, or Clint rather, Olaus Clint. You know that he has his own little house in the middle of Uppsala, and he's made a name for himself as an expert in cases in solving the occult. You learned about the Witch Cat Inn as when the society was rebuilt after the Great Ulu Fire at the end of the 18th century, this inn was used as a gathering place, as the innkeeper at the time, Pyri Harula, was a Thursday's child. Through record keeping, you guys found that today the inn is run by Pyri's grandson, Sammy Harula. The name Oscar Hjort and the invitation sparked some investigation. You guys found that the list of society members mentioned a man named by that name, who lived in the late 18th century, who worked as a writer and spent some time in Paris studying under Francois Dominique Séraphin, a famous artist who put on shadow plays for the court. With this bit of information, Olaus is, again, not sure what is going on here, but he has the feeling that something horrible happened here in the past. And the fact that he's not really getting any information is cause of concern for him. So I brought you all here in hopes that maybe you could get these questions answered that I could not. Or perhaps your abilities may be a bit more in tune with the occult than mine are. I realize I have not much information to give you, but perhaps if we step inside and you can experience it yourself, you might get a better grip.
Is it
Lead the way.
dangerous? Have they been violent?
I have not witnessed any violence or anything here. The owner, Sammy, he's a bit sharp when you bring up any mention of this play or anything along the likes, but doesn't really get any further than a warning.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
If you guys will drag your tokens over here to the right.
To the right. Bart gives a whistle. Come on, Saga. Let's get out of the rain.
So Olaus walks you guys over, and before he goes to open the doors, he kind of takes a deep breath in and pushes the doors open. Let me step inside.
Quite much warmer than outside.
Indeed it is. As you guys move into the dining room, you see that it is warm and lively. There are 3 guests sitting separately at different tables. There's 2 men and one female sitting separately at tables. There is a man and a woman who move back and forth from behind the bar, behind a curtain, and deliver food and stuff and drinks as you come in. The woman looks over as she drops off a drink, and she's about 16 years old. And as she's tall and she's plump, she has brown hair and almond-shaped brown eyes. And as you come in, she acknowledges your presence, but without really looking at you, and in a voice barely a whisper, so much so that you have to you wonder if you even heard her actually speaking. She tells you to take a seat anywhere you'd like, and somebody will be right with you. Behind the bar, there's a man that is bald, short and stout. He looks to be about his 40s as well. He has a large beard, and even from the door, you can see that he has these bright blue eyes. As you come in, he sees Olaus, and in a loud, dominant voice, he's like, "I do hope you don't mean to bring any more trouble, Clint." And Olaus is like, "No, sir, Sammy, I'm just here to get out of the rain and relax for the night. These here are my new friends. I assure you, we mean no disturbance." "Well, good. As long as you keep the trouble to a dull roar, you're welcome here." And you see that Sammy kind of gives him "We've had this conversation before, don't let us have it again" type of look. And Olaus just nods his head and walks over to one of the tables and grabs a seat.
Johan will follow, but as he's sitting down, he'll ask him what that means.
Well, when I first came here, I had asked about this play, and his response to it was almost violent. It's as if the man has no love for the arts. So much so, and as Olaf says, you look around, there's no music going on right now. People are talking and stuff, but the more you look around, the more depressing this area seems. There are bowls and buckets splayed out in different areas that are collecting the rainwater that drips heavily from the ceiling. Even with the fire and the candlelight in here, it's almost as if the darkness from the outside is starting to seep in, following after you. Even though the door is shut, you can just feel dark and cold.
Emma, before following over to the table, will walk over to the bar, slide some money across, and ask for a bottle of wine for the table.
Sammy grabs the money, counts it, and grabs a dusty bottle from underneath the bar, puts it kind of heavily onto the bar top. "Here you go."
Thank you kindly. And then she will walk back over to the table, set the bottle down, and then finger by finger remove both pairs of gloves on her hands and then just gently place them into her bag.
Olaf seems to be kind of watching you all intently as you kind of settle in, and you hear like a soft thrumming of his fingers as he seems to be tapping along to some sort of unheard melody.
Say, is there anything in this room, I guess, that puts us on, I mean, outside of the rather dreary surroundings that we're in, that's... He brought us in here thinking that we did almost immediately sense or notice something extra normal, paranormal. Is there anything that jumps out to us as we walk through here?
There's nothing immediately that jumps out, but like I said, that at first when you walked in from the heavy downpour, the inn was like salvation from the storm and the dark. But now you start to look past all the people who are laughing and the smell of food and stuff like that, and you're seeing those leaky ceilings that are collecting in the bowls. The more you look at this building, the more it seems to be aging right before your eyes. And it's almost like a constricting feeling. You start to feel like there's things lurking around the corners. Shadows are starting to move in weird ways that you can't explain, but when you look at them, it's like a trick of the mind. And under all that heavy rain and all the commotion going on here, the crackling of the fireplace and stuff, there's strange sounds that can be heard. Everybody seems to be just ignoring it though, but to the four of you, it's almost like nails on a chalkboard. The wind on the outside cuts through this building, and it sounds like a howling voice each time it does so.
Almost like kind of like heavy thudding, almost to drown out kind of some of this extra ambient noise that's like kind of spooking everybody. Thori will kind of walk over to the bar. You'll go, the doctor needs cups for a drink.
Oh, right, I apologize. Here, and he sets out 4 glasses.
Oh, there's 5 of us at the table.
He kind of like clicks his gums or sucks his teeth and grabs another one. Here you go.
Thank you. And he'll kind of collect all the glasses. And again, he's like very like the 4 of the other 3 would know how Thori walks. He's not like I'm making stomping noises intentionally kind of guy. He usually walks almost on the balls of his feet and tries to walk quietly. He's making extra noise because usually he does that when he's uncomfortable about something.
Trying to fill the silence.
Yeah. And he'll go.
Go ahead.
Good. Oh, he'll get to the table and kind of set the glasses down, and he'll just reach over and grab the cork and pull it off.
Thank you, Thori.
Ma'am.
Yep. So as Thori's walking away and we're kind of sitting down at the table here, Bork's actually going to pay close attention to Saga and see if there's anything that he's hearing that either she's not or things that she's picking up on that he's missing, as the dog senses are much higher than a standard person's.
Yeah, she definitely seems uneasy, at some sort of state of unease. Like you can see the hackles on her back are stood up, and she seems to just be staring at spots for a while before moving and staring at another spot for another period of time. She's not growling or anything, or even whimpering, but she's alert.
Aware.
Yeah.
Bork's gonna keep a hand on her back. She does have a collar on, and he's got like a length of rope that he's holding, but it's very much like a courtesy thing. If somebody looks real close at the end of the rope, it's not tied to her collar. It's like just tucked in there. It's like for appearances.
Right.
She's just a very well trained dog.
As you guys are kind of filling glasses and sitting down, a tall, like extremely tall and thin man, blonde hair, blue eyes, comes over. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Witch Cat. I see you've already got drinks, but may I provide you with something to eat?
You must be the chef.
Oh no, that'd be Ingely. My name's Sven. I'm just a waiter here.
Good meeting you, son. Is there anything in the kitchen that you would recommend?
Oh, that I would recommend? Absolutely not. But perhaps your tastes are different than mine, and well, if you like stew with questionable cuts of meat inside, then may I suggest the stew?
How much is the stew?
He kind of looks at you. He's like, and Olaf speaks up. He's like, don't worry about that, friend. It's on me. Please, a round of stew for the table. It's quite cold outside.
Thori will kind of put a hand on. Is this Sven?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Before you go, friend Sven, could you bring a bone for Saga too?"
Believe we might still have a few soup bones left. Right away. And Sven will disappear behind the curtain, and then like suddenly you hear like, "Who's out there asking for soup bones? I need those for the stew." And Sven's like, "Ingely, keep your voice down. They have a dog with them. Or you could," and like you see like Sven peeks out, and then he's like the voices get lowered as if they're like mumbling.
A little rowdy back there, don't you think?
Is it bothering you, Doc?
No, don't worry about it. Please, down. Don't need to stand.
You will actually have noticed that Thori is actually, when they were pouring the drinks, Thori went around and poured everybody their drink. He's just kind of sitting there in just a very typical like servant kind of stance of just like ready to get anything. He's kind of shrugged off his like huge, almost comically large backpack, just filled with random crap that anybody could need. And actually, after he shrugs that off, he will pull out a towel, and he's just drying off Saga. He goes, "Sorry, Miss Saga, I forgot you in the rain."
She is alright, though. She took the one that close to the fire for this reason.
As you say, Mr. Brock. Or Bork.
I think they'll have to get my name right eventually.
I like him being dyslexic too.
Right.
I decided Thor can't read.
There's a momentary lapse of just silence that falls over the table after this. And eventually Sven comes back and he places rather decent sized bowls of stew that's piping hot. You can see steam rising from it. It smells rather delicious. Inside, you can see that there are cuts of meat, different root vegetables, and the like. The broth is not too thick, but also not too runny. Um, and just the warmth coming off of the bowl kind of offers a bit of comfort. As Sven sets down the last of the bowls, he's like, I've never seen quite a group this big come and stop by the Witch Cat. What brings you all this way?
Work? Oh, I hope for it.
Well, what kind of work?
Whatever I can pick up.
We were summoned.
Something of a learning experience, you might say.
Summoned? By whom?
Oh, this good chap right here. Pat him on the back.
Yeah, Olaus is like, yes, Sven, I have invited my colleagues here to help me with a matter, of, well, urgency. Say, and he kind of like looks over past Sven at Sammy, who's busy just wiping down the bar. Is Sophia, she still putting on that show that she's been going on about? And Sven like quickly looks over his shoulder at Sammy. He's like, Mr. Clint, I believe you heard Sammy yesterday, or a couple of days ago when you had this conversation with him. I can assure you that Sophia will not be putting on any type of shadow play.
May I ask, why not? Or what does he have against the arts?
He looks over his shoulder again to make sure Sammy's not like giving him the third degree, and again Sammy's just kind of wiping down. Well, it's not my business to spread rumors, but this happened before I worked here, but I heard that his wife ran away to be with a traveling theater group. And ever since then, Sammy has hated any form of entertainment.
A man would come to hate something that took his wife away. It is not surprising.
But I would,
Nonsense.
I would recommend that you not bring this up, Mr. Clint and friends. It's a very touchy subject for Sammy, and, well, he's not exactly the man you want to be on the bad side of. As you guys are having this conversation, the woman who is Sophia walks by and she drops off another drink at this woman's table. This woman that's sitting there, she seems to be like a professor type. She's got like a tight gray like not really like a blouse with like matching long skirt that goes down to her ankles. She has buckled boots on, and her hair is tied up into like a tight bun, but it is a bit frizzy, as if it's been a little bit unkempt. And as Sophia comes over and kind of sets this drink in front of her, there's like a jump from the woman who, although her eyes were open, seemed to be kind of asleep, or at least out of it for the moment. And the sudden thud of a glass on her table brought her back, and she looks up and kind of just like, you watch as like her movements are very like telegraphed and drawn on, and she just sets her hands on Sophia's, and she's like, "Thank you, my dear. I was getting quite thirsty." And Sophia just kind of nods politely, and she's like, "It's okay, Mrs. Finkel. I'll take these dishes from out of your way. When you're ready to go to your room, let me know, and I'll escort you." "Thank you, dear. You are so kind." And the woman kind of just takes a sip of her drink, but it's just like a long sip. You can kind of tell as she just kind of sits there and holds the liquid to her mouth for a minute, and then it's like, as in like realizing what she's doing, she takes a swallow. She looks around as she does this, wipes a little bit of the liquid from her lip, looks over at your table, maybe sees you casting a glance over, and she just smiles. And even her smile seems kind of slow. But then her eyes just go back to her drink. And you can watch, like in real time, as they kind of just lose focus and begin to look a little heavy.
Gohan will take a hit from his pipe and just address the party. He's like, "Beginning to see what you mean. This entire place seems lifeless." As if the people are just here, but not actually here.
It does have a rather slow feel, to put it nicely.
Is there anyone else who seems to be moving in slow-mo?
Nobody except this woman. There's a man who is sat at one of the other tables, kind of right next to your left. He seems to just be enjoying drinks to himself. In fact, quite a few drinks. The short amount of time that you guys have been here, he's gotten about 2.5 drinks to your one. The other guy sitting at the table behind you to the far right is dressed in like a priest habit. And he's not drinking, but he is eating stew. And every once in a while he has to stop in a violent coughing fit. He holds a handkerchief over his mouth as he coughs, and when he finishes, he wipes his mouth and takes a sip of water, and then tentatively goes back to his soup.
On the overmap, there was like an abbey or something nearby. Not like nearby, but like on the map, relatively close, connected to the witch cat, right?
So from outside the witch cat, there's the stables on the left-hand side where you guys met Olaus. You guys came over. There's a little alley between the stables and the in the main building, and there was like a iron, like an iron gate and fence that seemed to lead into like a garden.
I meant on the map that had Uppsala or whatever.
Oh,
On it.
the
There was
travel.
like an abbey to like the west, I think.
So yeah, it is ferry crossing. Here, I'll bring you guys back over here.
No, for some reason I was like, "There's an abbey." No, okay.
No, but
Uh,
there is a like you did see the top of a church steeple poking through the trees a little to the west as you guys came in.
okay.
So the Witch Cat is kind of a traveler's inn, huh? It's not really in a city. It's kind of a stopping point.
Yeah, it's set right at a T intersection. Um, so like normally like it's the intersection between Sigtuna and Uppsala, and you could also go to the west to ferry crossing, where you would actually cross the water there by ferry over to Hatura. So either way you look at it, it's at a T intersection.
Okay. So, inn is a touch out of black. Time. The rhythm. I have stayed in places that have more life than this, and that is saying something.
Maybe we try to separate the mundane from the gribbly. Yes.
Wouldn't be a bad spot to start. Ah,
Maybe the doctor look at the sick man and see if he sick or gribbly sick. You know.
You noticed me staring at him.
I know your moods, Doc. I understand that you see sick man and you go help.
it's not what you call the barbarism that you put people through.
I suppose I can go interrogate the catatonic one.
Maybe you take Mr. Burke with you. He keep you, safe. He knows what he does.
You give an old man lots of credit, Thoy. And I don't know that the old woman there was going to be of much threat to good Mr. Johann here.
You'd be quite surprised at how feisty they can get. I've had to have Thori help me with an anesthetic once or twice with some of the elderly women. They get a little intense.
Thori will like hold up an arm and there's like a bite mark. He's like, he got the dentures in real good.
What are you doing to the... Don't answer. I don't want to know. The
But
less I know
you
about
should
you-
go with Johann. He's thick. He's thin. He don't eat.
Saga and I can keep an eye on Johann if he so wishes the company, but... I doubt the... Like I said, I doubt the old woman is going to go feral on him. We don't plan on putting them to sleep to do whatever it is you are doing in your clinic, Doctor.
I run a very legitimate practice. I do not know what you are talking about.
I don't want to know what your very legitimate practice runs that makes old women bite into young Thoy. Although, to be fair, Thoy, they might just be you. They might just want to bite you. Good man.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
I'm going to let you keep your innocence. Though, hold on to it for as long as you can.
Will do, Mr. Bork. You say so, I listen.
What is wrong with this child? Well, Mr. Johan, do you wish for company in your interrogation of the sleeping woman? I don't... She does not move much, that one.
When you asked what was wrong with the child, Emma would have glared at you.
Does not notice. Bork is barely looking at you guys as he's talking to you. His gaze is constantly averted. He's like watching you out of the corner of his eyes. He's half-ass watching Saga almost all the time. It's like, I'm aware you're there. I'm having a conversation. We're good. It's fine. It's fine.
I noticed, and this is out of character, I noticed Bork is facing the door.
Yep. The old man's got something going on, all right?
Well, if you want to come with me, by all means.
As long as we're not... I hope we do not disturb her. But yeah, that's us.
She was over
Suppose
here,
that's-
right?
You want to ping that for me one more time?
She was right here, the woman drinking by herself?
She's over here.
Or over there?
This was the guy who's got like 2.5 glasses to your 1, and then back here is the priest. I will let me just create quick little NPCs for him, little tokens. That way you can see who you're talking to.
While you're doing that, Thori will dig through the bag, and he'll pull out a second pair of gloves for the doctor.
Thank you, Thori.
No problem, Doc. Need any other tool?
Present, no. We'll see what we need when we get over there.
Say as they were, unless that we've kind of half finished up the meals, yeah, you would have noticed that Bork would stop eating when his bowl's about half full and put it on the ground for Saga.
Dog doesn't even eat it.
She would.
No, I just mean it's not actually regular
not-
meat.
Not edible.
Yeah, well, I mean,
she
when I
was
say
been
like
carefully eating
questionable,
around when we-
when I say like questionable, it's like you can tell that it's like different cuts. Like, some of it's more tender, and other bits of it are more chewy and resistant.
So it's not mystery meat. It's just
it's not mystery meat.
It's poor
Okay.
cuts of meat, which is still the best thing I've eaten in a week. So
well. I guess before you put your food down, Emma probably would have finished her meal because she doesn't eat a whole lot. She's kind of mostly just runs off of no sleep and a dream. So she'd offer with the dog like the rest of mine.
you're not going to eat it, Doc?
I've
Sure.
finished with what I can eat. I'm not exactly the largest lady, and honestly, I live mostly off of caffeine. So
Is that what they're referring to it now? The doc's definitely doing ketamine in the back of her clinic somewhere.
only on the
wonderful.
really tough cases.
Wonderful new invention called cocaine.
Yes, you've heard of it.
Like
got
her
ghost in your
necklace
blood.
is
6
actually
lines
just
deep.
like has a pouch, and she just does a bump every once in a while.
You've got ghosts in your blood. You should do some cocaine about it.
Now I have ants in my teeth.
Well, that'll Oop.
So whichever bowl is more full, he would get the more full bowl to Saga at that point. And actually probably tips him out of the other bowl so she has a full bowl as opposed to just a mostly full bowl.
You guys would have noticed that Thori never sat down, but that bowl was gone before like some people were in like their second or third bite.
So that's basically the same speed that Bork eats at, but he's like hunched fully over the bowl.
Yeah. The two poor characters are like,
Yeah. Did you say stew?
we eat this week. Awesome.
Exactly.
I keep you fed. I
I'd
need
imagine
my
that's Pretty
assistant.
difficult.
Yeah, maybe I should be giving the leftover bowl to Thori.
Say,
He's a growing
Thor-
lad.
Thori is poor because he spends all of his money on food.
You got to get these gains. You need a lot of protein, man.
I got you some protein shakes.
You
I
like
love
protein? I know you love protein. I love protein too. Good lord.
Meanwhile, Emma's like, what do you have for breakfast? Bang. What about lunch? A bang. What about for dinner? A felony.
A felony.
What do keep up?
Ah!
Man, this party just went full off the rails. Now we've got two drug addicts and two poor people just like hanging out, and they're not the same people.
Hey man. Sometimes you just gotta.
Yeah, Thori.
Sometimes you just gotta do drugs with your poor friends.
I mean, Thori might be on steroids. We don't know.
The two theoretically most wealthy people here are the ones that are doing the most.
You're the only ones who
Well-
can afford it.
We'll see. Bork is your hookup. Thori's the muscle, and you know, you guys just do the drugs.
No, I'm in medical practice. This is all
You know-
legitimate channels
Yeah,
that I get this through.
I run
She's
a
the hookup.
legitimate business. She's the unknown hookup. Works
So
like
something-
I need
something
to
goes
visit
missing.
the doctor.
I diagnosed myself with tired, and I have something here for that.
Okay.
We
so
go
I-
into a haunted inn, and now we're talking about how many lines of cocaine we can do.
Man, it's the vibe. All right. Tonight started off wild. It's gonna stay wild.
Oh, we haven't even begun to get wild yet. So okay, I have now made NPC little tokens for each other. To the north here, you have the priest. To the left here, you have the scholarly woman, and then down here you have this guy who is just housing ales. Over here at the bar, you can see old Sammy. And here's Sophia. Don't worry about Sven and the other one, because who cares?
They're in the back. It's fine.
I definitely wrote down their names because I thought they were going to be super important.
Well, good. It's always nice to have names. But you guys were going to go talk to some people.
Yes.
I can't wait to
Forty
see
nine
how you
headed
guys
over
approach
here.
these people, especially this lady.
If we need, are we trying to? No, he just approached, so I'm just gonna follow him up, I guess.
Excuse me, ma'am. May we take a seat?
As soon as you guys approach, and it takes her a moment to like realize that you're even saying anything to her. Like I said, she's kind of just like staring forward, and you say that, and then like you watch as like her eyes drift, and then she like lays them on you, and then she's like suddenly like sits up stark right, and she's like gathering her stuff around. She's like, oh, good, dear. Excuse me? Did you say something?
May we take a seat?
If you need the chair, absolutely. I'm not sitting in it at all. You may take it over there.
Actually, we would like to ask you some questions.
What kind of questions? Questions about what?
Just get to know each other.
I'm sorry. Do I know who you are? Have we met at a conference or something? I don't recall your face or yours. You two give me a learning test.
Learning.
Trying to pick up on whether or not this old lady thinks you're trying
Holy
to hit
crap,
on
man.
How are you? 7 Ds. How do you fail 7 of those every time?
And 3 of those are ones.
You could try to push
I
it.
also
Push it.
I
3 of
think,
those are ones.
How?
I think
you-
your dice are broken.
Did you push?
Are
I
you only
did
rolling
push.
dice? Like,
Because there's something
Well-
that happens when you push. I need to go to the.
Also, it's not saying Johan, it's saying player actor 2.
So when you push the roll, you suffer a condition. If you're using physique or precision, you choose a physical condition. If you're using logic or empathy, you choose a mental one. So you're using learning, which should fall under logic, correct?
yes.
Yep.
All right. So you're going to go ahead and mark a condition, a mental condition.
I'm gonna say he's getting angry.
So what do you do as you choose this condition?
He's getting a little frustrated. He's trying to be nice, and I think it's showing that he's trying to interrogate her, and he doesn't like being read that easily. So he's getting mad at himself.
Yeah. Go ahead.
If I notice him start to get frustrated, Bork would come up and put a hand on his shoulder. It's just quite all right, Johan. I've been trying to figure out what kind of breed Saga has been for a while. We don't need to bother this poor woman for it. She seems very learned, but it's fine, really. We don't need to bother her right now.
Yeah, I'm not a
and Bork
veterinarian.
tried-
I'm not a veterinarian, and I don't know who you two men are. So if you wouldn't mind getting the hell away from me, I'd be great.
Terribly sorry, miss. Come along, Saga. Johan, perhaps we sit you down at the bar for a minute and let you cool off, yes? I understand. It is frustrating, but it is not... And Bork's just trying to deflect and pull... Look at the cute dog. Don't pay too much close attention to us. Like...
Yeah. As you guys leave her table, she quickly packs up and she goes upstairs and disappears. As she does so, she casts a glance over her shoulder and looks at you guys very suspiciously. Sammy,
Did she leave anything on the table?
no.
Okay.
Sammy comes over as you guys are walking by, stops you guys in the middle. Do you mind telling me what the hell that was about? I told you when you come in here to not be bothering anybody. And I meant all of you.
It's my fault. I apologize. I've been trying to figure out what kind of breed Saga has been the whole time I've known her. And the woman seemed very learned. I did not mean to frighten her, but Seems my enthusiasm got the best of me.
Apparently,
Yeah.
she's not a vet, anyways.
Yeah. Well, the
I am so sorry, good sir.
that reminds me that we need to speak about the matter of your stay. If you're not staying here for the night, then I suggest you make arrangements to leave. Crack of thunder and lightning outside as the heavy rain is still pouring down. If you're,
Are we in the midst of talking to the other guy, or
yeah,
like it just happened all at the same time?
We'll cut
I was just trying to
over-
figure out if we made it over there before he started talking or not, because I'm
Yeah,
trying to figure out if I need to
It's,
interject.
it's kind of happened all like simultaneously. So while that's happening, we'll come back over, kind of reverse in time while you guys are over here talking with the priest.
Okay. So you can keep doing what you're doing. Sorry, I just need to know where Emma would have been in that moment.
Well, he's saying we'll do our thing real
Yeah.
quick, and then
Yeah. So
it'll all intersect.
yeah. Time rewind. Sammy's still over here at the bar. They're still having their conversation essentially while you're having yours.
They're still crashing and burning as this is going on.
Yeah.
And you said this man is a priest?
Yep. As you walk over, he kind of stifles a cough a bit. He's like, "Oh, excuse me. May I help you?"
Good evening, Father. Peace be with you.
And with you, my child.
I couldn't help but notice you've got a bit of a cough. I'm a doctor. If you would like to discuss some of your symptoms, I might be able to alleviate some of your pain.
Oh, this. I'm afraid it's just a cough that I've carried with me into my old age. The rain always seems to exacerbate it a bit. I do appreciate your care. Please, have a seat. How rude of me.
Lori will pull out a chair for the doctor.
She'll swipe her skirt under and sit down.
A doctor, you
Hush.
said you were. What brings you here to the Witch Cat?
We've got a bit of business, but I just wanted to, put the generosity forward. I've been blessed in my life, and we've got to look after one another.
We sure do. I tell Sammy that all the time. It seems like he's been working himself to the bone lately, trying to upkeep this old inn. No matter what he does, so it seems to always be in some sort of disrepair. It's like the Witch Cat is accursed. I have attempted many times to bless this place, but there seems to be no effect.
Sometimes they're a bit more stubborn than we would like them to be.
Oh, well, if you haven't met Sammy yet, Stubborn is his middle name.
We all know at least one person like that. I'll be sure to say hello.
Well, that would be fine. Just, in all honesty, it's best to give Sammy a wide berth. Speak to him only of business. He's been quite different ever since.
Your mic's going crazy.
Ah! What's it doing?
Sounds like it's
Crackling?
stopping.
Crackling. How about now? We clear? La 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 la. No?
Can you turn it on and off?
Yeah,
Maybe.
hold on.
We try turning it on and shutting it off again.
First rule of
Fixes
IT.
everything in the world.
How about now? What the fuck?
Is it plugged in really well? Is it making good contact with the pins?
It's plugged in all the way.
Oh no.
How about now? What the fuck, Discord? Go fuck yourself. All right, hold
I
on,
didn't
let
know
me-
you got a voice changer.
Is it
Perhaps
so
we can
crackly?
join the call.
Yeah.
It's
hold on.
better.
Hold on.
Getting a little bit better. There
it
you
is.
go.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, maybe it's just my connection speed or something. All right. So, what's the last thing you heard me say? Clearly.
All of it was clear enough to hear. It was just you had a crackle.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
basically give him a wide berth. He's a little bit of a
Speak to him only of the business.
only a business.
He has something changed.
Oh yeah, he's been quite different ever since Nora left.
Having something like that happen, I think, would make any of us a little different. At least for a little while, you know. We have time heals all wounds, but it doesn't mean they don't hurt.
Too true. Too true. He kind of like takes a moment and like you can see like his eyes get like a little heavy. And he's like, he yawns. I do beg your pardon. I get sleepy in my old age. Well, the soup is quite heavy. It sticks to your ribs, as they say.
It was a pleasure getting to talk with you.
I do appreciate you approaching me in such a manner and asking about my condition. It is good to see young people such as you who wish to do good. But I assure you, I am fine. Perhaps I just need to rest.
Rest is always was best, I think, for the body, no matter what age you are or what time. So I hope, sir, that you have a fantastic night.
And to you as well, my good lady. Doctor. Good night.
Before you go, and she'll gesture for Thori to get the small, basically candy-like object out of her bag, and it's basically just going to be like a lemon and some like honey and like a little bit of ginger, basically just turned into like a lozenge, and she'll hand him a couple, and she'll say, if you feel like your cough is getting a little too bad, maybe suck on one of these for a little while. It'll help.
A Ricola. I love these. Thank you very much. He
We got it from all the way at Switzerland.
Yeah.
Ricola.
He grabs it and thanks you, and then begins to slowly make his way towards the door. And at this point,
Real quick, Thori would have leaned down at the dock as the priest walked away, and he goes, "You are very good at giving advice you don't listen to, Doc, about sleeping and such. It's very wise."
Well, it's technically my job to tell people how to live their lives. It doesn't mean that I have to listen to my own advice.
That is the big smart.
Well, I should. You know how I get with my projects.
I am aware I got scared recently.
it's at that moment that you hear Sammy's booming voice yelling at Johann and Bork. If you're not planning on staying here, then I suggest you make arrangements to leave. Crack of thunder and lightning. Heavy downpour of rain.
I was just about to come head your way and ask you about your prices for your rooms.
He looks you up and down, as if to wonder if you're even the type that can afford his rates, which aren't really steep, but
I am wondering that too.
this guy has come over here. As he is talking to you, from behind him, and maybe the doc and Thori would see this as well, but the priest falls onto the ground with a heavy thud.
Sir?
Johan would probably run up to him.
The doctor
Thori,
would snap her fingers
yeah,
and get up.
Thori will kind of turn to the table that the priest was at, and he just sweeps an arm across it. There's nothing on that table anymore, and he's gonna walk over and grab the priest and put him on it for the
Right.
doctor.
You walk over, and as you do so, like Sammy turns around to look at what's going on. Johan, you come across, and as you do so, the man sitting to the table to your left, his head falls forward, and he starts to begin snoring very loudly. Thori, as you pick up the priest, he is breathing rather deeply. He seems to be asleep. And as you go and you lay him on the table, as soon as he hits the table, suddenly the light of all the lamps and the fires go dim, and they start to take on a bluish color, darkening the room. The fires within them still burn, but they give off no heat and barely any light. As you begin breathing, the temperature drops, and until the end is freezing cold. I need you all to make a fear test against Fear 1.
Okay, how does the fear test work?
How does a fear test work, he says. Well, let's go to the book, and I'll tell you how it works. So,
Tell me what you want.
you have to choose. So, when encountering Vaesen, being exposed to magic or feeling scared or stressed as a result of seeing something horrible like dead bodies, it takes effort not to lose control and become terrified. You must pass a fear test. Choose whether to tackle the situation with logic or empathy. The attribute value indicates how many dice you may roll. Add additional dice equal to the number of player characters present in the scene, a maximum of 3 dice. So choose empathy or logic. Whatever number is in there, add 3 dice because everybody here is in the area. You need at least 1 success for Fear 1.
Two.
You might be able to move some of those extra dice on big successes.
I don't know.
Yeah, my token's really messed up. I don't know
Yeah.
why I'm player actor 2.
Why are you player actor 2?
What is
Why-
considered a success? Getting a 6?
A 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
So you can push. You'll take a condition, but you won't be afraid. I don't know if that's worth it or not.
Let me see. I don't think you can push fear rules. Let me figure why your token is so weird.
Say as the fire starts to change, Bork will almost immediately take a knee and throw part of his coat over Saga and just hold the dog close as his safety blanket to get through whatever the hell is about to happen. And he got 2 successes because dogs rule.
Alright, let me delete this one.
Because for some reason Bork is player actor 1. But he's rolling as Bork.
Yeah, I have everybody's names and stuff and actors and whatnot. I really have no
When you
idea.
signed in, did you choose your character you're playing as?
I did.
I got nothing for you then. That was my best guess.
Try rolling something now there, Sergeant. I just rolled as that new token I dragged out, and it says Johan, but... No, yeah, it's probably because of what you're logged in as or something. I don't know. I really
I could
tell
try
you.
jumping out real quick.
Okay, so let's see. You can
I think
push
he,
mental conditions, add penalties to fear test. On a failure, you can push the roll by acquiring a mental condition.
What is fear? Like, is it like a long-term effect or just like in the moment?
So when you become terrified, you suffer a number of mental conditions equal to the fear value. Each success of your fear test reduces the number of your conditions that afflict you by 1. If you become broken, you sustain a mental critical injury. Let's see.
Starting to crackle a little bit again.
I hate it. It's got to be Discord.
Might be.
yeah, then pushing really wouldn't make any difference because you take a damage to prevent a damage.
Yeah, that's what I
There
was
we go.
thinking.
There you go. Cool beans. Okay, so who passed their...
I
There-
think everybody except for Emma.
I failed.
Okay, so you, let's see. You are terrified. I need you to roll a d6.
6. Now I get it. Also, it shows up as Shadow and not Emma.
Weird.
Are you rolling from the dice tray?
Yeah.
Oh,
Roll
that's
from your
why.
character sheet.
Roll from your character sheet.
Where do I roll just a straight d6 then?
At the top, it says roll. Like up next
Oh,
to
it
like
does.
Yeah.
settings. And just add 1 bonus dice.
Okay. Well, either way,
So
got a
6.
six, so.
So you are terrified. So if you look at your character sheet, I believe, let's see. So now that you're terrified, you get to choose one of either of these selections. You can flee, freeze, faint, or attack.
I'll freeze.
All right. So yeah,
Like,
it's
I'll go to reach to check his pulse. Like, she'll like move her fingers in to check as she like goes to pull up her father's pocket watch out to like, you know, keep track of time or while she's doing it. And she'll just stop right before she makes contact.
so
I swapped the K pocket watch because I thought it would be more accurate.
hey, perfect. And as like you're looking, and again, all the fire starts to have like this sickly blue hue, and it just becomes freezing in here. You guys begin to shiver. You start seeing your breath, and doctor, you just start like panicking for a moment. You're trying to get this guy's pulse, but like you're staring at this pocket watch, and like all you can hear is the tick tock, and it seems to be slowing down, and it starts to throw you off, and you're not sure if you're like feeling his pulse slow down, or if just everything around you is slowing down. But as you all look around, Sammy begins to look visibly frightened as he looks around, and he clutches something around his neck. It looks like a necklace. He's like, "By the gods, no, no!" And he rushes. He grabs a ring of keys out of his pocket, and he shoves a couple of them into your hands, Johan. He says, "Please, go to your rooms." And then
Don't need help with this?
he rushes outside.
Um, I'm saying like maybe leave and rejoin because your mic is still crackling. I know it's hate it.
Gonna kick you out. Sorry, you can come back in 15 seconds.
Not even that.
The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Any better?
No.
I fucking hate Discord so goddamn much.
I have
Literally
I don't know
nothing.
enough.
Literally
No.
nothing has changed. I've not touched shit. I fucking
That's
hate
good.
No, this is just a connection thing. It has to be, because when you messed around with everything, it just randomly came back.
So are there windows out of this tavern?
Doesn't look like it.
Hello. Is it working?
Clear, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how long that fucking lasts before Discord decides to do it all over again.
About the length of that sentence.
Really?
Yeah,
It's not as bad as
it's
it
not
was.
as bad, and usually that means it's gonna clear up.
Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking shoot myself in the face.
Don't do that. That seems like an aggressive response to a temporary problem.
Well, if I didn't have to talk a lot, it would be such
Oh.
a big issue.
Yeah, that's. I mean, fair.
Is it crackling? Am I crackling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Full bonfire.
I don't know what to do. There's no settings to change because I've not touched anything.
Well, real quick, let's pause the stream. See if we can start with troubleshooting.
Alright, well, we will be right back, everybody. As soon as I figure out how to pause the stream.
You're gonna have to just end the stream
Oh, really?
or mute it, or mute everybody. Do that, and then just kind of throw up any of the. We'll be right back. Anything on there, and then we can kind of just let it sit.
I don't got any of that, but I'll mute it. Alright,
The ghost of Vaesen.
let's bring it back in. And we'll go until Discord tries to piss me off again.
Sounds like a plan. Out of curiosity, when is this taking place? Because I assume it's nighttime, but
It
like
is
what time of
nighttime.
year?
fall.
Okay.
So, okay. As of right now, Sammy has run out of the inn as he thrust a number of keys into your hands there, Johann, and tells you to go to your rooms. You see, as Sophia sees her father flee out of there, she runs upstairs as well, panicked.
Can does this inn have like windows? Can we see where Sammy ran off to?
If you want to look outside, he quickly, let's see, there's no windows down here, so the only thing you can really look out is the front door. And by the time you look out there, he's already disappeared out of view.
Who all fell asleep? Because we have
Like the three that were
uh
at the tables.
I bet you the old one fell asleep too, but she's upstairs. We don't know that one.
Yeah.
Orlaus, is he awake?
No, Olaus is asleep.
Orlaus. Okay. I don't know why I have it as Orlaus.
Olas
Oh.
is asleep. Sammy's awake. The daughter's awake. If we poke our head into the kitchen, Sven and Igly,
Yeah, both asleep.
as I'm poking my head into the kitchen, anything I could pocket real quick, so they're not going to notice is missing.
Give me a
Drinking peach and some.
give me a investigation.
That is a success.
If you want to move yourself over here to the thing, peek in. There's a couple bottles of wine on the rack.
Feel the pie.
Yep. Nope. I've got deep pockets. I'll drop one of those in there, and if there's like a half a loaf of bread or something, I'll snag that too.
For sure, for sure.
Is the good doctor still frozen?
No, she's fine now. A couple moments have passed.
She'll probably try to do the pulse thing again.
Give me a medicine.
Two success.
Pulse seems to be fine. It seems to be, especially for the age that it is, it seems to be like a resting heart rate. He is asleep.
Doesn't seem to be anything wrong. He's just asleep.
Do you want me to put them somewhere, Doc?
We don't.
Perhaps we can take them to their rooms.
We could look at the key and see
Jingle
if
the
I can-
keys.
Yeah.
You'll lead the way, detective, and Thori will grab the priest, the drunkard, and Olaus.
Stack them on top of each other.
Yeah, well, one's over his shoulder, and he's holding the other two under his arms.
Say before you grab the drunkard, is there anything on this dude that's like also on the priest? I'm trying to pull threads. Is there anything there that's like they both have a same object or a symbol, or
They're missing an object.
yeah, it's something obviously gone outside this guy's coin purse, which I will snag.
No, there's, nothing that stands out. Nothing out of the ordinary that stands out to you.
Huh.
And I hate to do it. Sammy said gods, right? He did not say God. He said gods.
Yeah.
He also said Nora Y, I believe.
Yeah. Mr. Bork, you need to check Mr. Olas, and Thori will offer the sleeping man to Bork.
Sure, sure. Look, no qualms about going through these men's pockets while they're out. That's an easy target right there. I will just rifle through pockets, see what they got on them.
Gotta have some respect for the priest at least.
No.
No.
So Olaus has a revolver, a magnifying glass. He has some instruments that seem to be like they're used for chemical analysis. He has a few books on him. And that's it on his immediate person.
Are the books? Do the books seem? Are they fiction, nonfiction? Are they like information books? Are they journals?
They just seem to be what's the real life one? Nonfiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just nondescript works of nonfiction.
You can keep those.
There's
I can't.
a sudden slam as the door opens from the outside, and Sammy is standing there, drenched in the rain, and he kind of just stands there for a moment, and his face is just kind of dragged and just stretched, and he just kind of looks distraught, and he walks in and doesn't even pay attention to you guys really. Just walks in, and he seems to be muttering something under his breath, and he walks right by you, kind of like bumping into you, Bork, but like not even registering that he just walked into you, and you watch him walk to the stairs and just slowly, like one footstep at a time on each stair, just slowly walks upstairs.
And can I try to follow behind him? I don't want him to notice me though.
Yeah.
I don't think he could if you were in front of him.
Well, it's that I don't want to like. Yeah, I don't want to break whatever trance he's in right now. I just want to figure out what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, you watch as he walks upstairs. Do you continue following him as he walks upstairs?
Oh yeah. No. I want to know what the hell this guy's deal is.
Do we all want to go, or do we want?
Well, probably should. Are you bringing the bodies?
So you guys saw this guy walk past Bork, and Bork immediately go, "Oh, that's fucked up. I want to follow." He did not stop to talk to anybody. He's just like, "I'm going."
Thori will go where the smart people go, so he follows along, carrying several bodies on him.
Well, I guess we should put these ones to sleep for now.
Probably a good idea. It would be a little bit better for them to be in a bed than just on the floor.
Let me get you all on the... Stay right there. Don't move. Activate. You watch as Sammy walks up here, goes to this room, stands in front of the door for a moment, opens it, steps inside, and then shuts the door, and you can hear it lock. From here on the second floor, you can hear movement from the floor above you.
Is that ladder the only way to get up?
That ladder seems to go up into a hatch. And yes,
Must be some kind of attic.
Thori will deposit the bodies in his chair so his arms are free.
alrighty.
Well, Bork, do you want to get in there? Or let the man sleep?
Something strange is going on here, Johan.
There is a sudden crash from beyond the door as something sounds like it's toppled over. And you
Thori
hear,
go.
you hear like a muffled from the door. You hear like
Thori's gonna go through the door.
He ain't waiting.
give me a let's see what kind of traits we got here. I'm gonna say force.
Is this applicable for tough as nails?
What is your toughest nails?
I believe tough as nails is anytime I do unarmed stuff for force.
Let's say, 'cause otherwise, if the key that I was given doesn't fit that door, you'd see Bork reach into his coat and pull out a crowbar. Someone sounds like they're choking in there.
I got a handful of keys.
Yeah, it's getting too force when you're fighting unarmed.
So you're not fighting. You're busting through a door. So I'm gonna say no. That does not apply here.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we're gonna just try to go through it. Oh, damn. Yeah, you guys will see what appears to be a large man get stopped by a door as he shoulder checks the door and the door shoulder checks him back.
Yeah, shoulder checks you back. You watch like the whole wall kind of shake a bit, but the door just remains resilient. Was that a push roll or was that just a straight?
That was a push. Yeah, I took battered for that.
Okay.
Thori's shoulder is a little bit out of whack now. It's like slumped a little bit more.
She'll, or Emma will gesture for him to come over so she can look at it while looking over the other one. Specifically Bort, and be like, I think your kind deals with this most often, right? Implying that you break into places? Because she doesn't know, like...
That is wildly rude.
Racist.
Uncalled for.
I watched you take things off of other people. Well, I don't agree with it. You did.
I'm wildly insulted that you would insinuate that I am properly
Man
prepared to break
choking
into
to
a door.
death, friends.
As well, yeah, Bork's saying all this as he pulls out a fucking crowbar. Like, yeah, no, I commonly break into places. Like, you don't even mention it though. Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
You don't need to just assume that I break into places. Like, yes, I do break into places, but jeez. Okay, so if you're gonna try to pry this door open, that'll be force.
All right. Let's see here. Perfect.
Do I need to do a medicine roll on it to check and see if his shoulder hurts him?
If you want to stop.
I'd probably be doing that while he was doing the crowbarring. I can't help with that.
Gear, crowbar, break locks, effects. Crowbar, break locks with force/melee. Oh, does that just mean I can just use that and it doesn't add anything to it? Okay. I'm learning.
3 1s, 3 2s, and a 3 out of 7 dice.
You kill Thori.
I'm just touching around. Does this hurt?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
All of the above. So, as Emma is checking over Thori and his battered shoulder, Bork is working on this door, and you get the crowbar in there, and you start to pry, and then eventually you hear the door crack as you get it open, and as you push open the door, hanging there from the ceiling, lifeless, is Sammy. Kind of just rotating slowly. His back is towards you, kind of just spinning softly to one side. And then you see drops of blood start to drip onto the floor, coming from the front side of him.
Shit.
Throw it open.
I need Bork to give me a fear test.
So 4 plus 3, correct?
Whatever you're choosing to use. Empathy or logic.
Empathy, for sure. 1 success.
Okay. You are good, but as...
How long did it take us to get in the room?
I mean, a couple minutes.
Longer than 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Like
as...
3 to 5 minutes for someone to suffocate.
Yeah.
I don't like that you know that off the cusp, for the record.
But you guys come in, and as Sammy's body turns, you see written in blood on his body are the words, Pyrie the traitor. And if everybody else is coming in here, I need a fear test.
That's gonna suck. Oh!
Are we getting any advantage because we're all together or no?
You just get that,
You get
the
dice.
+3.
Okay. Success.
Okay.
Double success.
All right. What do you do here, Thori? You can either fight, hit something, you can freeze, you can run, or you can faint. How do you react to this?
Dory will. Yeah, he gets really fucking mad. Cause like, if he had gone just a little bit faster, he would have like gotten through the door, but he just couldn't. So you just see him like just this nightstand. He just like brings both hands up, and he's gonna fight and just smash it down. Just fucking tease it in one blow.
Stay there, Thori. It's not your fault. This gentleman clearly was not in the right state of mind.
Can I check his body for any signs of like something grabbing him and doing this, and not himself?
Yeah, if you want to give me a investigation.
Is there any assisting in this, or do I roll separately?
I was
Please
just
roll.
if I can use a magnifying glass on everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't believe there's assisting.
I was just gonna say, like, this could be like a medicine check in a way, because I'd be checking the body.
You could also roll a medicine check if you wish.
Does my tools give me something with that? I think it's like
Yeah.
a +2, right?
Right.
I think that's for...
When you go to roll, go under gear, and it should pop up
Yeah.
if you're using it.
Is it still like ice cold in here?
Yes.
Okay.
Bonus +3.
Yeah,
Doesn't specify.
it's all dark. All the lamps are like glowing blue. They're not giving off any heat. It's freezing cold in here, and
What does one not succeed once in 10 dice?
say
That's wild.
sometimes that happens. So, Johan, what are you specifically looking for?
If it looks like, there was foul play at all, if something did this to him, if there's any sign of like mysterious hair or markings or
Yeah,
blood or anything like that.
you don't find any of that. It just looks like he came in here and hung himself. However, the blood on his body is not synonymous with any wounds. Those words, Pyria the traitor, they're not carved in to his body. It's just written on with blood. But blood appears nowhere else besides this and the few drops on the floor. It doesn't look like anybody else was in this room.
Say, is the writing like he wrote it, or did somebody write? Does it look like somebody else wrote it on him? Like, how's it oriented?
If he did write it on himself, it'd be very hard. He'd have to do it upside down and the right way because it is oriented like somebody would have written on him, left to right. You know.
Say,
If he's-
as the doc and the investigator are doing their thing, I would pull Thori out of the room because he is obviously upset, and we just kind of take him aside and let Saga do her thing, and I'll try and calm him down some.
Yeah, Thori will sit down, and he does run his hand like through Saga's like hair and just gives her a pet. He's gonna pull out his memento because Thori does not have a lot in mental skills, and having -1 to those is not good. Um, so he will kind of just look at his book of happy memories. Uh, kind of that is like heavy brows, like furrowed. He's a couple tears kind of welling up in his eyes. And I believe I can use my memento to heal my condition, right?
Yes, I believe so. Let me double check that.
Sit in bed. Read your book. Keep an eye on Saga. Just take some time and breathe.
Thank you, Mr. Bork. You're a good man.
No. Just a man who's seen some things. Just
Yeah, you can
not
heal.
on you, bud.
You can heal 2 conditions with your memento, once per
Oh,
session.
I will heal my 2 conditions, because, yeah. I was starting to stack those up really quick.
Can I take a look out the window?
Sure. Nothing but rain, lightning, thunder, wind. You guys can hear.
Oops, sorry.
You guys can still hear movement coming from up in the attic.
The only other thing I would do, we're gonna leave this room, is check to see if he has a diary or anything else in here. If he's written anything down.
Yeah, it seemed that he seemed to write about Nora a bit, his wife, and it seemed that she had a strong interest in the unknown and was a talented artist. It writes how she had started claiming that at the start of the year she heard footsteps and would see a strange figure in the night. He writes about a fight they had, about inviting actors and singers to the inn. Kind of recalling some of the information from the guests downstairs, you can attest that Sammy just hates art, all forms of art. There's a few entries about her leaving him. And then last summer, he received word that his wife had died of cholera. It kind of states in there that after that he locked her room and has not been in there since.
I take it we have to go find her room then.
We should check this man's body for keys. The ones that he didn't give you.
I thought he gave me everything.
No, he just gave you some room keys.
The room's body. Whatever.
Yeah, we can check and see if he has any other keys on him.
He sure does. He has a big key ring with multiple keys on there.
Johann, since you're searching him, what is his chain? He snatched at it when this started. What's that around his neck there?
Have a look. We will check to see, because they both noticed that he was wearing a necklace of some kind when he ran out.
Yeah, it just seems to be like a religious symbol.
The cross.
Yeah.
Nothing of significance, it seems.
You hear a cough kind of echo in this main area. Causes your heads to snap towards the sound. It seems to have come from the pile of unconscious bodies that you've brought up here, but yet they seem to still be asleep. From in one of the rooms you hear like a hoarse laugh come from behind one of the doorways, and then silence again.
My brain immediately went to an actual horse, and then you had to laugh. And I was just like, so we heard like a
Yeah.
noise in the next room.
Yes. You hear a full-grown horse in one of the rooms.
Is that horse
Stop
counting?
sort of thing around in there.
We know this one. It's Mr. Ed.
We open up the door, the horse just leans in and whispers, "No one will ever believe you."
You hear the smashing of glass downstairs.
Saga. Downstairs we hear glass smashing. Upstairs we hear movement. In one of the doors we hear somebody laughing and then silence.
And then there's something upstairs.
Right. Who wants to go up and who wants to go down? If they want to be crazy in the room, that's their problem.
Well, we should probably secure the first floors.
I would venture to say we should lock the door so no one else can get in, because this is turning into quite the mess.
Lovely. Alrighty then. Saga, you're with me. And Bork will start heading downstairs.
Big Man will lead the way. He doesn't want anybody else getting hurt.
Well, so there's still a thing upstairs. If we all go downstairs, we're gonna miss shit that's going on up here. So we are gonna. I feel like we're gonna have to split the party.
I have
Mad
keys.
man.
I'm gonna start opening doors.
Oh my.
Yes, all of the chaos at once.
Saga, you keep Mr. Bork safe, and as you do, Thorir will turn around and run back to the skinny man who will break if a strong wind hits him.
I'll lean my head over the railing and just be like, again, don't forget, lock the door. We don't want anyone in or out.
Just do my best, I suppose. Bork's gonna head downstairs. Bork and Saga will go downstairs.
Okay. Bork and Saga head downstairs. Dead quiet. Again, blue light coming from the fireplaces and the torches. Ice cold. The only sound you hear is the wind whipping past the doorway that seems to be cracked just a little bit. As you come down the stairs, the door pushes forward a little bit, and then with a great gust of wind, smashes into the door jamb before creaking back shut, only to do it again. Slam! Slam!
Yeah.
And welcome
Oh.
to the jam.
Right. I'm gonna go and shut the door. And on the way there, I'll grab a chair, one of the chairs at a nearby table, and if I can, either lock it from the inside, or if I don't know if I need a key from the inside or not, I'll take one of the chairs and push it up underneath the handles to help keep the door shut.
You shut the door, wedge a chair in there, just as you hear another glass shatter from inside the kitchen.
Yep, nope. Bork will take one of the bottles of wine that he took from there earlier in one hand and his crowbar in the other, and start slowly approaching the kitchen door, which I think I had left open.
It's a curtain.
Oh, it's a curtain.
Yeah. And it's currently closed over.
Then as I get close to it, I'm going to use the end of the crowbar to help shift that curtain aside. Can I see what's going on in there?
As you start to pull the curtain aside so you can see what's going on. Cut to upstairs, where Johann is opening doors.
Yep. Whichever one the laughing was coming from, I guess.
So you go over to this door here.
Fumble through the keys until you find ones that fit.
Okay.
Perhaps just knock.
What are the other two doing? You just waiting for him to open this door?
Dory will go, what if it's the ladies' room? That is
Perhaps-
very inappropriate.
Perhaps it would be better to just knock and see if someone will answer.
Do you think anything normal is going on right now? I don't. Best to have the element of surprise on our side.
Then,
Also,
if you're wanting to surprise them, that means you want to get them. And, you are a stick man, Mr. Johann.
What this? And he'll pull out his revolver. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter if you're a stick man or a big man. And he'll pop open the door.
So you
this
fumble.
levels the playing field.
You fumble. Put in one key. Try it. Jiggles. Doesn't work. Go to the next key. Try it. Jiggle. Doesn't work. You go through about 3 more sets of keys before you find one, and as you put it in there, you turn it, and you feel the mechanism react to the key. You can hear it click as the door unlocks. There's a cough that comes from behind you all. You turn, just those sleeping people that you carried up here. But it looks like one of them is just repeatedly reaching their hand out and scraping the floor softly over and over again. You can hear muttering,
Look over.
but it's too mumbled to hear from across the room.
And we'll look over and just kind of slowly take a step forward to see if she can't hear it, but not get super close. Just like, do they need something? Are they okay? You know, you said it was just an old age cough, but Probably best to make sure.
You lean down.
Don't worry, we'll be told.
You lean down, listening to see if you can discern what they're saying, and the howl of the wind kind of overtakes their voice. But as you get closer, their breathing has become a little bit erratic, and you can start to make out words. Katya, Albert, Hilma, Pyrie. Katya, Albert, Hilma, Pyrie. And as you turn your head to look at him, the old man, the priest, his eyes are wide open and they're just staring dead right at you. At the same time, Johann opens the door. There's the woman standing there, head cocked to the side, eyes staring forward as if looking through him. And downstairs, Bork pulls across the curtain, and Sven and Ingeli stand there, broken bottles in their hand, down by their side, their heads cocked to the side, and all in unison. You guys don't hear it all at the same time, but all in unison, these bodies rise up, all saying, Katya, Albert, Hilma, Pyrie. And they start to move towards you. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh, shit.
Did you say gotcha? Sorry.
Katya.
Anya.
Gotcha.
Katya, Albert, Hilma, and
Names.
Pyrie.
Pyrie's the traitor.
We gotta put these clues together, guys, and succeed rolls where we have 50 dice.
Oh, man. Things are about to get real freaking spooky.
Yep. Gonna be real bad when we have to murder all these poor folk.
Also, Shadow, you thought it was bad when you rolled 10 dice and failed. I rolled 16 technically.
She could have pushed it.
That's wild. I really did expect you to just kind of like blow through these cardboard doors. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Though I am really, really scared because Bork was actually rolling pretty well. I think I had mostly successes tonight, and that means next time we play, when we're mid-combat, I am not going to get successes when I need them, and that is terrifying.
Did you end the stream, by the way?
I have not yet. I wanted to say thank you to everybody for hanging out. Hope you've enjoyed this first part of the Dance of Dreams. Join us Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, the cool people time, as we like to call it around here, where we will continue and conclude this mystery. What is going on at the Witch Cat Inn? Who is Pyrie, and why are they a traitor? And who are these other names? Just how much danger is our party in? These questions will be answered next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Do we get to go Super Saiyan?
Yes, but only if you kill your son. That's how that happens, right?
Oh no. I don't know.
But I am Vader the Mad, your game master for my party. I thank you all who stuck around, and to my party, I thank you for playing. I hope you've enjoyed yourself so far. But getting spook. But we will see you all on Wednesday for the confrontation here. I bid you all a good night, sleep tight, and may the Baba Yaga not take you. Goodbye.
And we raid.
Hey,
We
y'all.
raid.
Oh, we got a
You
raid?
ready up?
Oh, or
Yeah,
should
we got a raid.
Oh, we did?
We
No,
should raid.
We should raid.
All right.
We should raid.
We're going to raid somebody. Let's see here. Who we going to raid?
I clicked on tabletops. I'm just looking around.
Yeah.
I don't know if stopping the stream will fuck up, but we're going to raid. Stick around for a raid. The stream will fuck up, but we're going to
As we learn how to raid.
As we learn how to raid.
You
just
gotta
grab
bring your own
knife and
pitchforks.
pitchforks.
We're new.
Pillage.
We know what to do. I really don't know what to do.
You gotta bring your own pitchfork. All right. You go
Forward
after the
slash.
big buildings first.
/ RAID space and then the person's screen name in the chat.
I forgot that's a thing we can do. I forgot.
I'll send you one. Yeah. I'll send you one. There we go. Yeah. I'll send you one. We do a shout out or something.
At don't forgore. Thank you, Soda. We're learning.
Don't
okay?
forgore.
Don't forgore.
Fuck it.
You have to use the at.
Here you go.
Never forgore.
Nat 10s, huh? Alright. Do I have to add that? Like, at Nat 10s?
Yeah. I think.
Alright, well, I hope this this works. We're gonna raid Nat 10s. Everybody go over there and say hello from us.
We cross our fingers and we hope this works.
It didn't work.
Ah, we tried.
Raid?
We're monkeys with typewriters here.
One day
One of these days we'll figure it out.
we'll learn what we do.
I wonder if they changed it. It's been so long.
There was like a whole thing where it was like, fucking, it was just a button. Community. No, where was it?
We're trying.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna figure this out. There it is. Raid channel. Let's see. Tabletop RPGs. Call of Cthulhu Moonchild. They are on session 2. I'm going with them. They got 8 viewers.
Yeah.
We're coming. Start
Gonna
raid.
double them.
You ready to raid?
Make sure you say hi when we get over there.
Yeah, everybody give them some love. We're coming in hot.
We're gonna try to. That's what the Molotovs are for, right?
Yeah, we're raiding in 1 minute and 10 seconds, it says.
Oh, that's
I think you could click raid now too, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, there is right now. Here we go. Raiding.
And then you can.
smash that button.
Te juro que sí estaba fundada Guadalajara.
Solo existía Plaza del Sol.
Oye, sí me tocó esa etapa. ¿Quieres llego con el Little Caesar, güey?
Bienvenidos todos.
Pues es que no me acuerdo.
Cáiganle aquí a lo barrido. O bueno, en el caso específico donde están los jugadores, a lo no barrido. Cáiganle a ver.
Jeff, Spanish.
All right.